The Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which was officially established on June 15, 1934, is the country's most popular park, attracting over 11 million visitors a year. Over 3 million people hike segments of the Appalachian Trail each year. Without George Masa's tireless work, these natural treasures may not have existed. George Masa was a Japanese-American photographer who is known for his work documenting the Smoky Mountains. His photographs helped to convince philanthropists, politicians, and local community leaders that the mountains were worth protecting. He played key roles in establishing both the Appalachian Trail and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Much of Masa's early life is a mystery. His date of birth is not settled, and his birthplace is uncertain, but it is believed that he was born in Osaka, Japan. His birth name was Masahara Izuka, but he adopted George Masa about the time he settled in Asheville. Masa's enigmatic persona is highlighted by his favorite saying, "Less talk, more walk." There is a more complete account of Masa's life after he moved to Asheville, North Carolina. Several factors may have drawn Masa to Asheville. He had developed a friendship with Horace Keppert, the outdoorsman and travel writer who had settled in the Smoky Mountains. It is likely that he saw the mountains around Asheville, an area known for its remarkable natural beauty, as having promising locations to photograph. There was also a small community of Japanese immigrants living in Asheville that may have influenced his decision. He arrived in Asheville in 1915. Masa began working at the Grove Park Inn in Asheville, first in the hotel's laundry room, then later as the hotel's photographer. He photographed the hotel, its many luminaries and wealthy and powerful guests, and the surrounding mountains. His photographs helped to promote the inn and to attract visitors to Asheville. In 1918, Masa left the resort and became a partner in an Asheville photography studio. He took over the studio when the owner departed. Landscape photography is often associated with Ansel Adams and his famous black and white photos of the American West. Often referred to as the Ansel Adams of the East, Masa captured images of the mountains and valleys of western North Carolina that accurately portrayed the distinctive layers and ripples of the ridges and valleys. Masa's photographs are characterized by their beauty, their clarity, and their sense of atmosphere. He was a master of light and shadow, and he often used cloud formations to create dramatic effects. His photographs are also notable for their attention to detail. He took great care to capture the textures of rocks, leaves, and flowers. It's undeniable that Masa's photographs are beautiful, but they are also important historical documents. They provide a record of the natural beauty of the southern Appalachian Mountains at a time when the region was still largely wild and unspoiled. They also document the early history of conservation in the region. His compelling images helped raise awareness of the region's natural richness and the pressing need for its protection. Collaborating with fellow nature enthusiasts and advocates, Masa's photography captured the remarkable landscapes and unique biodiversity of the mountains. His images showcased the region's beauty, drawing attention to its natural treasures and the urgent need to protect them, especially from logging and development. Horace Keppert, an outdoorsman and writer, shared his passion for the mountains. They collaborated to advocate for preserving the mountains and worked to promote the idea of creating a national park. They used their works to sway public opinion, generate support, and lobby lawmakers and influential figures. Masa assisted surveyors and researchers in exploring and documenting the Smoky Mountains, providing valuable insights into the region's topography and unique features. His intimate knowledge of the area was essential in the process of determining the boundaries and potential locations for the park. Masa and Keppert were very involved in the Carolina Mountain Club. Its members were dedicated to exploring and promoting the natural beauty of the region. Masa's involvement with CMC provided opportunities to explore and photograph the scenic landscapes of the mountains, including areas that would later become part of the Appalachian Trail. Masa was among the first to propose a long-distance hiking trail in the southern Appalachian Mountains, and his contributions helped to make it a reality. He believed that a hiking trail would be a way to connect people with nature and to promote conservation. The Appalachian Trail was first proposed in 1921 and completed in 1937, although improvements and modifications still continue. The history of the Carolina Mountain Club makes this observation. The membership of the 1930s was extremely active in preserving and protecting the beauty of the western North Carolina mountains. Nowhere was this more evident than in CMC's involvement with the Appalachian Trail. In fact, the primary project of the CMC in the 1930s was getting the AT routed, marked, measured, and maintained in North Carolina. Many CMC members took part, but George Masa, George Stevens, Roger Morrow, Marcus Book, and Arch Nichols were the driving force. Masa was a captivating and complex person who preferred to remain hidden, shrouded in mystery, so he was not widely acknowledged during his life. He was a talented artist, a dedicated conservationist, and a passionate advocate for the preservation of the natural world. Sadly, Masa died in 1933, just a year before the Great Smoky Mountains National Park was dedicated. He was only 51 years old. Because of the determined work done by the CMC, his legacy lives on. Again, from the CMC history. In 1958, the CMC initiated a plan to have a prominent mountain named in his honor. This began another laborious effort spearheaded by CMC member Dr. Samuel Robinson. After much effort, Robinson's work culminated in 1961 by the naming of Masa Knob for an unnamed heavily wooded peak in Great Smokies National Park. The location of Masa Knob was significant in that it was very close to Mount Keppert, which was named for Masa's close friend, Horace Keppert. The George Masa marker is located near the Kimpton Hotel Heiress at 7 Patton Avenue in Asheville, North Carolina. He is buried in Asheville's Riverside Cemetery, alongside other notable figures, including writers Thomas Wolfe and O. Henry. The cemetery is about 2 miles away.